Run.
Faster.
Okay, who are we missing?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, we're missing 2 because they're at basketball practice. It's hard when you have people who do multiple sports. Okay, this is our boys varsity 18. I was really looking forward to this season, especially after last season got canceled. We made it 4 games into the season last year before COVID ruined it, and we were 3-1. I think this team would have been another contender for a state championship last year had we been able to continue. So I had my hopes really, really high, and when we got canceled, I was just like crushed. I was like, there goes my state championship. But then they came back this year, and I got a few additions that were very good players and really valuable assets to the team. And they'd all matured a little bit and become better players. A few people came back completely different as players, and I was really, really impressed. So it was clear that they'd worked on their skills. This team's different than the other teams in the girls varsity team in that I do have a lot of older players. I had 4 seniors, and I had 4 juniors? 4 juniors? Yes. 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 1 sophomore, and 1 freshman. And so I was really, really nervous about losing them. I was like, this is the year we have to do it. And we got pretty darn close. a little bit devastating at the end there, but at the same time, I'm so proud of how we finished because I think what we accomplished was amazing. So this team, just for a little bit of a recap, they were 11-3 this season, but I don't really count it as 11-3 because all 3 of those losses were to Heritage Mesa, who went undefeated all year. So we were really like 13-1 if you look at it realistically. Nobody else could beat us. And we didn't play every team, but I felt pretty confident that had we would have beat them too. So if we look at, I did a lot better with stats on this group. I started putting all things into Max Preps, which is a volleyball ranking, statting kind of informational system, and which I plan to do with all the varsity teams in the future now that I have it figured out. Max Preps does state rankings and national rankings, and I'm not entirely sure how accurate these are, but let's just pretend these are really, really accurate. So, based on our stats and our win-loss record and all the other teams that had put information in the state of Arizona, we were ranked 13 out of 109. And nationally, now again, let's pretend these are super accurate. Nationally, we were ranked 112 out of 1,325 teams, which is the top 8%. I think that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, something really high.
Yeah, let's not talk about Mesa next year. We had a little bit of stats for you. Aces. We had our team leader was David with 50.
Oh, yeah.
Ty had 39 and Rich had 36. So pretty much everybody got on the board in all of these categories. I'm just going to read the 3 highest. Rich didn't play in quite a few games, so I think that he might have actually been able to take the lead. Like, the boys, the B team was scared of Rich. Like, we're having an awful day at service receiving, send Rich over so we can practice. Because he would just like ace after ace after ace on them. I'm not sure why, but great serve. Kills. Our kill leader this year was Logan with 106. 106 kills. Pretty impressive. And he's not here, and he was whining because he did not make it into the yearbook because he hadn't committed to the team before we took pictures. But Joshua Deacon was our second highest with 72 kills. And David was our third highest with 68 kills. And that didn't actually happen until the very last game, because until then, Ty had him beat. But he kind of, sorry, Ty. David really stepped it up in all of the playoff games, and he kind of pulled ahead in a lot of categories, so. Let's see. Blocks though, Ty. Ty led our team with blocks. 18. He had 14 solo blocks and 4 block assists. Followed again by Josh, who had 10 solo blocks and 5 assists for 15 total. And our third highest blocker was Caleb with 9 solo blocks and 3 assists. Diggs. This was another hard. I want to see you two like battle it out somewhere. This is our sophomore and our freshman, mind you, who are so high. It speaks a lot about them that they made the A team with mostly seniors and juniors because they're that impressive. Again, David squeaked this one out in the last game. David had 133 digs. Ty had 130. And Logan matched his kill record with 106 digs. I do want to point out that Ty is how tall?
6'2".
6'2".
No cap. What do you
6'1". Somewhere in if you count his hair, he's 6'2". For somebody that tall to play all the way around in the back row and get that many digs is very impressive. That is a hard thing for Coach Miller wasn't lying. Tall people, where's Kat? Tall people don't dive, right? Yeah, I called you out. So the fact that he is a phenomenal back row player, actually, sidebar, he was our libero last year. And I laughed because he was like literally the tallest libero on the planet. Where's Josh Stoker? I had Josh Stoker. How tall are you, Josh? 5'8"? Josh Stoker was playing outside, and he's a great hitter. That's why he was playing outside. And Ty was playing libero, and people looked at me like I was nuts. But Ty only wanted to play libero. He's like, you want to play for row? Nope, I just want to play back row. So Ty's one of those people who went out and practiced all summer, and he came back, and I was ready for him to play libero. He's like, nope, I'm ready for front row. So, and he was ready for sure. So anyway, good job on that. And then our assists go to Ridge with 120, Josh Deacon with 92, and David with 78. And then another thing that I want to, well, I'll get to this in a second. Okay. Let's talk about our awards really quick. First of all, I want to mention one other thing. I don't believe in captains generally. I'm at odds with a lot of people on this because in my experience, when you have kids vote on when you have coaches vote on captains or assign a captain, the kids don't respect the decision. And when you have kids vote on a captain, it's usually a popularity contest. Or they vote for the best player, which isn't necessarily the smartest person on the court or the best leader. And so I don't really ever like to assign captains. Traditionally, I'll pick one person and send them over that I know is probably going to be on the court the whole time. And I'll send them over and I'll kind of mix it up and let everybody have a chance to be captain. And on our very first away game against 91st Psalm, they called for the captains. And I looked down, and Logan's a senior. I said, Logan, go be captain. He's like, don't ask me. I don't know what I'm doing. Send David. And everybody goes, yeah, send David. So David became officially our captain. So our freshman was our captain. Everybody give him a round of applause. I just like to tell people that our freshman was our captain. But it's good. It's great because the team trusted him. He knows a lot about volleyball, and he's really smart on the court. So I thought that was worth noting. All right, our awards. Let's start, since it's right here on the top, with our scholar athlete. This person, again, never seen a B, ever, and I check regularly. And that person is, this is a hard one, is David Abercrombie. Okay. Like I said, if he's had a B, it wasn't a day that I checked. All right, let's go to our most improved player. This one was really, really close. I won't tell you who the second person is, but it was really close. But this person worked really, really hard. They showed a lot of improvement. They did not play on the team last year, so they kind of showed up this year, and I wasn't sure what to expect. I was pleasantly surprised. This person had the unfortunate role of being number 7. It's hard to be number 7. If you have 6 people who start all the time, and then you have that 1 7th player who's the first person usually off off the bench when you need a sub. But it's important to note that number 7 is generally a really good all-around player and somebody that you can trust in any position, and that's usually why they're number 7. But this person definitely worked very hard, and that is Traden Hoffman. Again, that one was voted on by his peers. All right, let's go to MVP. Okay, this one wasn't even fair. Like, I don't even think they tried to vote. They're just like, just give it to him all out loud. But he earned it. Super good player, superstar. Just pretty much amazing. I get lots of compliments on him. It's nice to be like, oh, who's that number 13? So yeah, I take a lot of pride in the fact that I get compliments on him a lot, and that would be Logan Porter. Okay, one last award. This would be our superhero award. Again, hard to choose. I wish I could give an award to everybody. I can't. I thought about doing something little for everybody because I have lots of funny things or nice things that I could say about all of them. But ultimately, if you give one to everybody, it takes away from the value of the people who really earned an amazing award. This award goes to a person who shows a lot of dedication. They were pretty high in stats across the board on our team. They were always the first person to show up. Generally speaking, the last person to leave, meaning I had to kick him out of the gym repeatedly. This person worked extra hard to stay eligible all season. I was super happy with that. And this person has a lot of potential and a lot of determination, and that is Ty Raymond. He wasn't even listening. The joke I have is like Ty is so volleyball focused that a pretty girl could walk in and he'd see like, her cute dress with like a volleyball for a head, I'm pretty sure. Yes, yeah, pretty much that's it. He probably sits and like watches movies like, practicing setting. Not surprised, but that's good. That kind of dedication is what, gets us to state championships. Speaking of which, up here we have our beautiful trophies. If you followed us this season, you'll know that we were second in CAA in the state championship. So I think that deserves a pretty big round of applause. This is our lovely runner-up trophy. Again, if it hadn't been for Mason ruined everything for us. And to be fair, it's really hard to beat a team that is 100% taller than you, pretty much every player. They just hit right over the top of our block. So we took 2 sets off of them this year, and the first time we did, they were shaken when we played them the second time and we took a set. And their coach came up to me afterwards, and he's like, that was really amazing. I want you to know that is the first time anybody has taken a set off this team in almost 3 years. So we accomplished something pretty amazing playing against that team. We had a lot of pro players and a lot of boys who've been playing together for a long time. So I'm very, very proud of that. Also, this handy dandy plaque right here shows that we were the men's volleyball mountain region champions. So good job there. I want to point out that we have 3 members of our team who are nominated for the all-region team, and hopefully they'll be getting voted on to see if anybody makes the all-state team. That's just barely started, so I won't know maybe even until the end of the school year, but I think it's quite an accomplishment, and that was Logan, Ty, and David. And last, but certainly not least, is our varsity letters. Now, come here, Cal. Come here. I want y'all to know that Cal had an injury at tryouts. It pretty much put a wrench in all of my works.
Looking at you, Fisher!
Yeah!
He rolled his ankle really, really bad, like really bad. The pictures are gnarly. It was super swollen and purple, and he couldn't walk on it. It was awful. And I was devastated, and he was devastated. And because of that, he did not meet the requirements to letter, because he only got to play in like the very last game. But I want everybody to be very certain that he definitely, had he not been injured, would have earned his varsity letter, because he's very amazing. So I just wanted to point that out. Everybody give Cal a hand. He was also basically my assistant coach during class, which was actually really helpful for me because he couldn't play, and so, but he was still in the class, so he did a lot of running of the B team practice for me on one side of the court, tossing balls, yelling at the boys, making them do push-ups, like pretty much all the things that I would have done. So he has a lot of coaching potential. And then, that being said, everybody else on this varsity team earned a varsity letter this year. And all the boys that are standing here. Along with Josh Eaton, who is not here. And again, the requirement was that you play in 50% of the games. So, good job, boys. I think that's it. Let's give them one more round of applause. You guys can have a seat. Thank you.